Hi, everybody. Welcome to The New Normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Like Queen Lisa. And I got to tell you, I'm going to use Westwood's line. There is more exposure going on than a nude beach. So stick with us. Grab something red to remember everyone deployed and check it out with us. What a great week. And I think the weekend is going to have even more booms. Be right back. Happy Friday, Westwood. Cheers.
Happy Friday. I got a semi-pink cup. I got red stuff in it, though.
Yeah, it looks really red.
Yeah, it is.
Cheers to everyone deployed and everyone watching. And lots of love to our friends in the chat popping in. Oh, my goodness.
Hopping and popping.
Where do we start? So many good things, so many crazy things.
You said a lot of booms, right? It was booms with an M, right?
Booms, yes.
Booms. Okay. Booms. All right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, there's a number 17 post that has 4 spades. Are those spades? The black, ace
on the cards?
Spades. On the cards, the spades. And it says boom, 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 boom. Well,
boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to Q post.
When a couple days ago, Vincent Kennedy tweeted out this guy, I guess he raised a buffalo or baby buffalo or something. And he's like, boom, boom, not in the house. God damn it. He's like all mad. And this buffalo is like, or bison. I don't know.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I saw it. It's just standing there.
It was in his house?
Yeah, it's just like, he's got to move the chair, so he can walk out.
So those were 2 booms. They're raining down indictments on Trump, like the Macy's tickets at the Macy's Day Parade. I mean, it's just, but all of them are getting, or the ones I'm hearing are getting pushed off for later dates. It's just to show people, look, they're coming after you, but Trump's in the way. There's so much disclosure happening right now, whether it is Marjorie Taylor Greene showing Hunter's receipts for services provided that he wrote off through his law firm, which
I mean, give me a break. This guy, a lawyer, a law firm, an advisor on an energy company in Ukraine. I mean, come on.
Well, Grassley tweeted it out. He said, I'm glad you guys can finally see what we've all known for a long time. And it's all of the Biden Burisma, where he threatened. And they said, why do we need $50 million? And he goes, because each Biden gets 5. It's a 5, and each Biden gets 5 million.
Yeah, it said something about 5,000, and it was 50,000 or something. It said, well, each Biden gets 5 million, and it's just Biden gets 5 million.
5 million.
Biden. Nobody F's with a Biden. Nobody F's with a Biden.
How many Bidens are there? Anyway.
Biden his time.
Biden his time. Oh, such a creep, such a piece of trash.
Definitely. Marjorie Taylor Greene retweeted the old video of where he's bragging about getting the prosecutor removed in Ukraine.
Oh, cool.
She retweeted that, or tweeted that today. And I'm like, I retweeted it because, it's good to remember that video. This happened before he was president, when he was still vice president and working the deal in Ukraine even then.
Yeah, he's been selling out America for a long time. And as we see our dollar die and our dollar have less and less value as they're printing more and more of it and sending it to Ukraine and threatening the U.S. citizens with, 87 million or 87,000 armed tax people coming to bust down your
Gen
door.
Z tax collectors that don't know how to even holster the piece.
Yeah, it's insane.
This ought to be good.
Insane. Completely insane.
It ought to be fun. Fun.
I just feel like there's so much disclosure. Trump had a viewing, I guess, at Mar-a-Lago or something with Jim Caviezel and Tim Ballard.
Yeah.
And he talked about it being a private movie out of Angel. And I heard that is either Ivanka or Melania's studios, Angel Studios.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I heard that just like the NFTs, I heard that I don't know, this may be hearsay, that the NFT collection tracks back to Sylvester Stallone's company. You know, that Trump did the NFTs. I heard that, yeah, I don't know how much truth there is to it. I didn't go deep rabbit hole digging on that one, but, you know, I think he's affiliated or owns it or something.
That's the first I've heard of that. Because Mel Gibson produced the movie. Sylvester Stallone's been here doing a couple private top secret movies here in Oklahoma City for a while. That's really weird. Does it make you go, But Trump is sitting there and he's talking to Jim Caviezel and he's talking to him and he's like, yeah, and I had the honor of working with you and you working on this. And then he said something about, and you as president of Mexico. And I was like, huh?
What's that mean?
Has Jim Caviezel been playing president of Mexico, or will Jim Caviezel be president of Mexico?
I don't know. Is he of Mexican heritage? I don't know what the rules are down there. I guess, you know, he who has the most guns wins.
You know how, you know, they took out the good guy, Bolsonaro, that the people loved. Or is that Brazil?
It was Brazil.
I'm thinking of Brazil. So who is the president of Mexico?
I don't know anymore. I used to keep up with it. I can't.
I was thinking of Brazil.
I don't know. Hard to say.
But
there's a lot of silver down there, and they do have oil too. I mean, they've got other things. Nice beaches.
Yeah.
Right here. I've never been there, so I don't know.
Oh, Warrior says he was talking to the guy from Mexico. Was he? I have to go back and rewatch Benny's really good about all of this. He's a smart guy. He probably knows. Yeah, it was dark, and I couldn't tell what was going on. I thought he was talking to Jim Caviezel. So if he was talking to the guy from Mexico, that means like the guy that worked with Tim Ballard in real life. Is that what? I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I don't speak Spanish.
He was speaking English.
Oh.
There was
unless it's Il Donato Trumpo, and then he speaks like Spanglish.
Yes.
Word of the day.
Piso shito. I like it when he talks about the piso shitos. Yeah. There was also a epic. I don't know if it'll show up on my feed. Probably not. Let me see if it's on there. I retweeted this interview or parts of it with Wiener.
Oh, geez. I can't remember the guy's name, that host. He's really good. He's an Iranian,
Patrick something. It's
he's
PBD podcast. Here it is.
He's got really good shows.
It's like 20 minutes long, so I put it in our Telegram group. You can check out the link in the description to join our Telegram group. It's free, and join the community. And they're great people posting great stuff. But it is hilarious because he starts saying, you know, we asked the people what they wanted to hear, and they wanted us to ask you about Frazzle Drip, but that's a conspiracy theory. There wasn't really proof to back that up. Then we asked them about something else, but you know, we really couldn't find any hard and fast proof of that. And then he goes, but let me just, and he just starts alluding to, he doesn't even say what it is yet. And he doesn't even say that Hillary had anything to do with it. And the guy goes nuts.
Oh, he did. He went nuts. I saw the clip.
I mean, aggressive, defensive, total jackass. Yep. And he was like, your response is enough of an answer to me. And it was the body count.
Body count, yeah. The Arkansas-sided ones surrounding the Clintons. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, it's because they're old. It's because they're in their 70s. They've had people close to them. No, like 12 of their Secret Service and bodyguards have been.
Commerce secretaries, planes falling out of the sky, hitting mountains, all kinds, like, come on.
Oh, he tried to justify that one. Tom Brown. He was like, oh,
Ron Brown. Yeah, Ron Brown.
Ron Brown, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one. It was a plane accident.
Well, yeah. The plane had an accident after the guy got shot in the head. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the person jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making stuff up. I'm in a bar. I'm actually not drinking today. I can't drink today because I had to go get an antibiotic. I requested one just because my tooth was really bothering me. I don't get it pulled until next Friday, and I didn't want it to. I felt like something was coming on, and I'm like, no, I'm taking an antibiotic. I'm going to make sure nothing's in there because that tooth is coming out next Friday. So I'm drinking tomato juice and ice.
Interesting.
Or V8, actually.
V8. That's good. You're being healthy.
I'm trying. Got to counter the effects of the anti-life pills that I'm taking.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, but I'm taking the New Eden stuff. I've been doing that. I feel pretty good.
Oh, I love it.
And so doing that with the probiotic that got sent along. When you sign up for the 6 months, you get the probiotic too.
For free.
For free.
You get
included.
a discount and you get probiotic
20% off, and use Lisa's link, and she benefits somehow. She gets a big hug.
I get a kickback I get a percentage of the sales.
There you go. Perfect.
I really appreciate that. Yeah.
No, so I signed up for the 6 month deal, and I'm going to try it and see how it goes. But no, I feel pretty good this week. I think it's because I don't feel like eating anything just because the tooth's been bothering me. So I don't want to chew because it really aggravates me. So a lot of bananas, a lot of yogurt, which works well. I mix it up with the yogurt and I eat the yogurt.
That's the best way to take it.
Yeah, that's what he said. And so I thought, okay, we'll just double shot it down there, get some probiotics. And I quit drinking coffee last week. I got frustrated because I was sitting outside making a video on the picnic table and some gnats got in it. So I dumped it out, and that was my first cup of the day. And I drank like half of it. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to drink it anymore. I feel like it's upsetting my stomach. So I stopped drinking it. My stomach feels better now. It's not irritated.
Listen to your body.
That's exactly. I'm like,
Yep.
So I'm just making some changes.
It's really interesting. I do feel like there is this, SL and I talked about it a couple years ago. No, but we talked about it a couple of years ago, and she was really pushing me to eat better, eat healthy. And her guides were telling her like to eat a certain way and whatever. And then, the great infection happened and everybody lost their taste, or a lot of people lost their taste of sense and smell of taste or whatever. And like, for me, certain things taste horrible. And most of it, I've identified it as being processed foods or not organic food. And so like I realize how much programming I have in my life when you push up against the truth like that. Like even something that like, I think that my husband should take me out on a date. And I think it's nice to go out to eat and it's fun and you get good food when you go out to eat. Well, now I can't go out to eat anymore because it tastes like crap to me.
Because it's not good food after all. It might look good, but it's probably not good.
It's so processed and they, I don't know where they get it. I'm sure it's not organic. There's one little restaurant that's like a hippy dippy, and he's obviously a foodie, like truly loves food, a chef there. But it's more expensive because you're buying literally organic food, and he talks about all of it on his menu and all that. And I'm like, I'll go there and just get nachos because I know it's all organic. He's got like all kinds of stuff on the nachos. It's not just nachos, but
like organic corn and organic salsa. We're good.
Yeah, it's not like Cheese Whiz. It's like real cheeses.
Yeah.
And he's got organic chicken and
it's really good.
Yeah, they make their own beans and they do all this stuff. It's really good. And they use creme fraiche, not like whatever plastic, I don't know. Anyway.
Cheese out of the can, baby.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Cheese should never be in a can.
Scary.
Something's wrong. Yesterday, Coinbase was not working. LOL.
Really?
Well, I hear that they are going to be having a lot of trouble. So
Is the chat, I mean, are you seeing this in the chat? My chat's not running. Am I on my own channel? I probably am. Like an
I
idiot.
don't know.
God, I'm a freaking clown today.
Hi.
Let me get on the chat. I'm like, nobody's here. I'm like, well, it's my channel. That's why.
Yes, me too, Silver Jim. Tastes like chemicals.
Jeez, here we go. There's the chat.
Disgusting. And then today, Amazon, actually yesterday, came out with not yet?
No, I said Amazon One.
Not the finger. They want your whole palm.
I know, it's called Amazon One, right?
Oh, Amazon One. Oh, how ironic.
Yeah. Anyway.
They want your palm, and they said they're gonna start at Whole Foods, and you can walk in without your phone or a wallet. They didn't even mention dirty fiat. And you just scan your hand.
Yep.
And pay for your food or whatever you need. Well, to do that, that means you have to first submit a full hand scan somewhere to be registered in this system, right? Like,
yep.
where are they?
That's what they said. I read that article, and they said you need to. I don't know. That's basically what they said. You need to register your hand, and then you can, just go in there and put your hand on the Amazon One product, and other companies use it already. And so you can see how they want to roll this out in other places but Whole Foods. It's like Alexa, you got that everywhere in every house, so they'll have like an Amazon One device, and that'll be, any retailer can essentially payment process through Amazon at that point. Let's put your hand down.
If that is not,
I think you got to be a Prime member
of the beast. I don't know what is.
I mean, it's,
that's
insane. It's working that way. It's kind of going that way. But I mean, they could do a face scan, they could do a retinal scan, they could do all kinds of stuff. I mean, thumbprint, they could use any number of things. I guess they figure, okay, so what happens when you're handicapped, and you don't have a hand, hand got blown off or something, or they're discriminating against me. What am I supposed to do? That's not fair. I want a hand scan. Being oppressed.
Stop.
Well,
am
I right?
What is the saying?
I'm going to register a fake hand. I'll register like a fake hand, that you like a Sasquatch, print, that you make up with plaster of Paris. I'll make one up, and then it'll be like my fake hand that, and I'll just put a glove on that's got like Dolly Parton wears the gloves. I'll just go in there with the glove on and do it,
Maybe that's why Michael Jackson was wearing gloves.
Then they won't have my real handprint, because if they have that, they got. They got palm readers. I mean, they can look at it and they'll know everything about you at that point. Oh, there's your lifeline. Oh, and they'll start doing readings on you and algorithm you on that. I'm just saying. Never know.
So I'm thinking about, like, my mom has like no fingerprints.
Yeah. Well, that comes in handy.
Yeah. She had the hardest time back in the day when you used to have to get concealed carry licensing or whatever. She had to like go to the sheriff's place, and then they had to use a certain machine on her to try to read her fingerprints or whatever. And so I'm thinking about those kind of people. Like, surely the story is just to get people to say, "Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that."
I don't think so. I mean, I think they would do it. I mean, why not?
Who would do that?
The young generation would do it just because it's convenient. Watch. It'll work.
Okay, my daughter is over here right now.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
No, my daughter's over here right now.
Well, that's an exception. She's in your family, but you got to look at other families where.
But she was talking about her. She said, I think them giving out all that money was to track us. And she said, let me tell you why. She said the census came out just before that, and she said the majority of my friends, like people talked about it, they all threw it in the trash. None of the younger people filled out the census and turned it in. And so it was a way, here, we'll give you this money, and then by you accepting it, putting it in your bank account, you register yourself. You track yourself. We have a friend that recently paid something or did some transaction, and the government came in the back door and grabbed money out of their account. because they knew about
Oh,
that.
I know they've done that before with other people I know personally, because, well, we think you need to pay more taxes and we're just going to take it. And that's what they do. And the state usually does that. That's the crazy thing. States are pretty bad about stuff like that. They want their tax money, man, because they can't just print it up. They got to have their money.
Why can they not print it up when everybody else is printing it up?
Oh, they can't. It's the way it is. It's a constitutional thing. They can't really do it.
Texas is making their own money.
Well, it's a republic, though. Technically, they can get out of the union anytime they want. They're a special deal.
They are having gold and silver backed currency.
Well, I mean, as far as that goes, you should be okay. Because that's
and then they're
real
going to
money.
make it digital, so they'll need a license from Reggie from Veritasium to do
there you
that.
Go. Yeah.
Which that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then it's very exciting.
Very.
And then the other thing I saw, I think I sent it to you. They left Eric. I
saw that.
Yeah.
Digital.
So Texas backed out of Eric or resigned from Eric, which is a digital voting system. Correct?
I'm not sure what the consequences of that are. What that really ties into. It's at the national level. I don't know if it's because of after the dangling Chad thing, they implemented this Eric thing, and I'm not sure what it means. But they're opting out of it, and they had 91 days. They're out of it. So somebody do some research on Eric. What's that mean, and what opting out of that? What that means? I don't know.
Hold on. I'll tell you what Eric is. Also, Oklahoma is not registered with Eric.
Okay.
Which was good to know. Where's that Eric thing? Oh, see, I tweeted it, but it's not on my thing.
Yeah, these states need to just do what they want to do. That's kind of what it comes down to. And they're talking about states in the chat and how Texas is pretty awesome. And Wyoming's doing a lot of things with crypto. That's what you got to do, because the national government can't get their stuff together. And in fact, they really don't have control over you, because, it's really just the District of Columbia that constitutionally they run. And we just opt into that whole system, that corporation, and that's on us. But, we didn't know that at the time. So the states should really assert their sovereignty, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yes, it's time. What is ERIC? ERIC is the Electronic Registration Information Center. It's a nonprofit, nonpartisan.
Oh, it should be fine then.
Membership organization.
Got $1 billion from the government in the grant.
Created by and compromised. Oh wait, comprised. Sorry.
Oh, whoops.
Of state election officials from around the United States. Founded in 2012, ERIC is funded and governed by the states that choose to join, that are suckers and dumb. ERIC is the most effective tool available to help election officials maintain more accurate voter rolls and detect possible illegal voting. ERIC also helps states reach out to potentially eligible but not yet registered individuals with information on how best to register and vote. If you're dead or aren't from this country, please.
Or if you're a registered Republican, we need to switch you over and have you vote the other way. I mean, whatever.
When Eric knocks,
elections change.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to get the election thing under control. You got to make sure you have a legitimate count.
Each state could do that, though.
Absolutely, they should. That's what they do. Actually, they're supposed to, and see how that goes.
Yeah, each state we could. I mean, this is where I do see military is the only way. Like when we worked with Warriors for Freedom last year, you have this assumption that people are just like you.
Right, right. You do. You think,
when you meet
they're like me.
And especially I think of military, they must be patriotic. They must be. So to me, that means, you love America and you love Trump and whatever. But they are so trained that they are not allowed to have a political leaning if they have their uniform on, because they are just at work and they follow whoever the commander in chief is. And which you understand it once you understand their training. and how that works and why that's so important.
Mhm.
And so because of that, they would be really the only unbiased people to handle the vote.
Yeah, well, no, that makes sense. We send military and I don't know, peacekeepers, whatever you want to call it, to foreign countries to make sure elections are fair and done right, and they're making sure there's no shenanigans going on.
Mhm.
It can be a dangerous precedent, using the military to, because you take the other side of it. Okay, if the person in charge says, "Hey, you need to do this," and take that box and go burn it, or take that bag and go discard of it, and follow orders, so it could be used the wrong way too if they're just doing a job. So I don't know, it makes it tough.
Washington generals there, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it tough, and it's just like, man, you just got to have integrity. I mean, we've lost so much integrity at all aspects and all facets of our society that it's, at what point do we just say, hey, we all just, I guess, have to show up and make sure the votes are counted. But again, when it's an electronic voting machine, what do? You just stand there and it just says, okay, counted. Where did the vote go, though? I mean, do we really know? Well, you got a paper receipt that you voted.
Paper. Yeah.
But it's a receipt that just shows you voted, so you got a total count, but you don't necessarily know what that went for, and especially if it's connected online, which it shouldn't be, but it's been proven that it can be, and it can be easily hacked. So it's like, man, anything electronic, you just never know. I don't know.
It's like we all need to be
election judges
that were conspiracy theories 4-6 years ago are now coming out, and it's just like we have to be so close.
I mean, the information's right in our face. Why don't we have an impeachment going on right now with the documents that Chuck Grassley threw out there and what's being shown in Congress? I mean, why is there not an impeachment going on right now? I mean, a phone call you get an impeachment for. I mean,
so when Marjorie Taylor Greene was showing Hunter having sex with his, I can't remember what he called her, his associate or something.
As a business partner, we got an arrangement, partnership.
And I thought it was interesting because he transported her over state lines, which that's how they got Capone. It wasn't about selling
trafficking stuff, interstate commerce stuff and all that.
Interstate commerce and trafficking. Or maybe it was RICO. Is that considered RICO? I don't know.
Well, that'd be more of a collusion, the big groups working together kind of thing. Racketeering. Okay.
Which
is probably, I guess you could say that was probably going on too.
That was more the what was on that list. All those people working together and needing, 10 Bidens to make it work. Allegedly. Yes. But it is all out in our face.
Pinball Biden. Who knows where the check bounces?
God.
It's crazy because it's so out there in your face. We've got the video evidence, that's pretty much implicates and bolsters, what was going on at the time. He's bragging about it. It's like, you're not going to get the $1 billion. Well, you're not the president. We'll call him and see what happens. And it's just this mafioso type rule. He gets to this meeting, a couple of weeks ago. He says, well, we were selling state secrets until y'all showed up. And, I'm just joking. I'm like, he actually says this stuff. You don't say this stuff. I mean, you're supposed to be representing America. I mean, are you kidding me?
And then Trump says, Poppy Trump. Oh, no, this is Il Donaldo Trumpo says, let's go.
Let's go.
Join President Trump's fight for America.
Hey, the more I watch RFK, the more I like the guy.
I like him a lot. Mm-hmm.
I really do. I mean, he backs up his information. He's done a lot of research. I mean, he really has. And I mean, watching him in Congress yesterday go against his own party, the Democratic Party that's supposed to represent the people. And you have over 100 of them saying, we don't want this guy to even talk in Congress. We want to censor him. No free speech. A guy running for president in their own party, from the Kennedy family. I mean, Democrat through and through. And you got them sitting up there saying that, oh, well, you're an anti-Semite. And a Republican congressman actually brings in to the record, this is what he was referring to. It says Ashkenazi Jews and Caucasians right in the study. This is what he was referring to.
Right.
I mean, let's enter it into the record because you people are nuts. I mean, they obviously have an agenda. They want him to shut up. They don't want him talking about the things exposing the things that they're a part of. I mean, and he's just doing it.
Why wouldn't they be looking at that and saying, like, that's the thing where, like, when they're trying to cover something up like that, like Wiener's response,
just get angry and violent.
It's like, thou dost protest too much.
Right. And the fact that he says, hey, we need to have a discussion. That's the problem. We need to, if there's something wrong, let's talk about it. Let's engage. Let's have a dialogue. I mean, he's just saying free speech is important. We need to discuss these things, right. Instead of arbitrarily calling people names and shutting them down. But that's what they do. And he's imploding his own party, kind of like Trump imploded the Republican Party in 2016. I mean, he's breaking away all the old parts of it and showing them what they are. The Jeb Bushes, and all the establishment candidates that were up there. He's just blowing them apart. And that's what Kennedy's doing on the Democratic side. And I love it because they need to be exposed for what they are. I mean, they're absolutely not the party of JFK. Not at all. I would have been a guy that supported JFK. I would have been a Democrat back then. Because, I mean, what he stood for is totally 180% or 180 degrees opposite of what the Democratic Party stands for now. Mm-hmm. And Kennedy's exposing that.
They weren't the Democratic Party then. They were the Democrat Party then.
Yeah, now it's ick. It's just ick party.
It is ick.
Democrat ick.
It is.
Really it's sad. I mean, it really is. It's sad to see it. I mean, because there's just establishment people up there, and it's on both sides. But, right now the attack, Kennedy's exposing the tyrants that are really in that party. I mean, it's just sick to watch them. I mean, what they say about the guy. And he's just stating facts, and he backs it up. He cites the evidence and the resources, goes to the source. I mean, he's going to be a tough one to beat if he's allowed to have the stage. If there is a debate, which they already said they don't want to have, if there is a debate, they're done. I would
love to watch it.
Oh yeah, they're done.
His demeanor reminds me of. There's a demeanor of leadership, and his demeanor reminds me of Reggie Middleton, reminds me of Trump. When you are just telling the truth, it's such a comparison, such a contrast to like that Wiener thing today.
Oh yeah.
Where before you're even asked a question, he is like pushing back, getting defensive, name calling,
being a jerk.
Yes. And you see that a lot in the on both sides of the aisle in Congress. But when there is something to hide there, I don't know. It was very.
You got to name call and divert it, and turn it into a racist argument or, whatever, something different, that fires people up emotionally. Say, well, you're an anti-vaxxer, and okay, that's going to trigger this side and that side.
You can call me all the names you want. I still have a question. And we're still having a discussion here, my question still stands for you. Please answer the question, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, go watch that. I mean, if anybody hasn't watched that testimony yesterday, I mean, it's just terrible to think that, they want to censor somebody from being able to speak. They don't even want the guy to come in and speak in front of Congress.
They're terrifying.
I mean, the First Amendment, forget that. What's going to happen with all these court cases that they're bringing up against Trump? And there's going to be more. They're just going to keep throwing them at him. What happens if they're not finalized, they haven't gone to trial, nothing's been done, and then he gets elected president? What are you going to do then? He'll say, I pardon myself. Right. I mean, what's going to happen?
What was the thing where, was that a Q thing? About all the indictments, the number of there's so many indictments. Wouldn't it be ironic if that line from the 17th letter was about indictments against Trump, and that was like a marker for things being exposed? Or like, wouldn't that be ironic if it wasn't what we were expecting indictments about the bad guys,
right, for all their crimes?
What if the military's already taken care of that? We're never really going to know a lot of that, or we'll know in some ways some of it. I don't know, or what they are willing to tell people without them freaking out and harming themselves and others. But what if the indictments are how many they're going to throw at Trump, and that's a marker for something to
I
happen.
don't know. I'd have to go and look and reread the stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I mean,
every little thing, and then you've got all the crimes in your face, and nobody does anything about it. Here's what happens. Okay, Trump was asked, what do you think of RFK? What do you think of Robert Kennedy? And he says, I think he's a nice guy. I've known him. He's very well intentioned, and would you consider being, on the same ticket with him? And he said, well, a lot of people have mentioned that. Yeah,
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
You know how he is. He's like, well, a lot of people have even mentioned that. And here's my thinking. He may end up being attorney general just like his dad was, if Trump got elected. You never know. Because he's a lawyer. I mean, something like that could happen.
I think Jim Jordan would be a badass attorney general. Or does Jim Jordan need to stay in Congress?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just thinking, Kennedy's got a place, in government, I think. I do. Sure. I look at his environmental record and, his views on that. I get where he's coming from. He's done a lot of good things to stop pollution and gone against a lot of these companies and gotten regulation and gotten them to pay fines for all the pollution they've done. The problem I see is that he's not a big fan of oil, not a big fan of coal. And I'm not saying those are good for the environment. I'm saying until we find a better solution and a better path forward, it's not just solar panels and windmills. I mean, we've got to figure out a path forward to continue to be economically prosperous. And, so there's got to be that transition. And, the one thing with him, I'm not 100% sure, where I think he's a reasonable guy, though. And I guess that's the thing, he's not going to come in and say, because that's what we have now, windmills and solar panels, and that's it, and electric cars. Okay. That's not going to work.
I saw a guy with
if it's the right way to do it.
Yeah. I saw a guy with a water engine the other day, and they killed the first guy that came up with the hydrogen engine.
Yeah. Well,
So there's videos now of another guy with one, and I had a dream about that, which was so weird. This has been a couple years ago. I was in an RV. And there was this big long line for gas or fuel. And somebody told me, no, go around the back. And I was with maybe my sister told me. I was with my dead sister, or she told me. I don't know. Somewhere my dead sister was with me. And then I took out of my car like a square, kind of like the size of a DEF can. You know what a DEF can is? Like when you have a diesel.
Yeah. Diesel exhaust fluid. Isn't that what it is?
And I thought I was going to get fuel for my RV, and then they were like, no, the water hose is right there, just put water in it.
We used to have steam locomotives, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know, it was the weirdest thing.
Steam engines. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do this, and again, I talked about it today in my video when I was ranting. All the technologies that have been suppressed, and we haven't advanced in how long. You could have bought a car, a small car in 1985 that got, 40 miles to the gallon. Well, now you can barely find one that gets 40 miles to the gallon, or, it hasn't improved. We've improved nothing in 40 years. And it's like, why not? Why are we just stuck in, this river of life, and we're in a whirlpool, like stuck there spinning, and the river's going, and we're just stuck here? Why aren't we moving along and going forward? Why aren't we seeing progress?
Ever since we went to the moon, seems
like. Yeah, right? And you never get back. Okay.
Yeah, we just
stopped. I mean, it's an artificial suppression to me. It's artificial scarcity. It's artificial suppression of technology. Everything's just completely engineered, rigged artificially, because we're just not advancing. I just don't see it. Yeah, technologically, what they roll out, but it's all to suit their own needs, to put your palm on the Amazon one, and it's not things that really benefit humanity, really. Oh, it's convenient, but, at what cost? I mean, where's the Tesla device in the yard? We should all have one.
Those are at the EES system. Thanks for healing, everybody. But I do want to touch on, I had a great interview with Reggie and William from Very Dow, and Nick Morgan from ICANN, and my friend Greg Lang from Rivet. He's also on World Blockchain Roundtable with me. He's a former attorney, but then he's turned from his evil ways. And we talked about the SEC versus Ripple case came out this week. Or was it last week?
So they decided it last Thursday.
They decided last Thursday, yeah, because we talked about last week felt like Independence Day. Yeah. The irony is that it said that, the Ripple part was a security, but the tokenization part, the crypto part was not, and really cleared the way. Then this week, FedNow rolls out. FedNow was live on July 20th. And so it's saying like, okay, our instant payments, and Johnny and I did a show on it yesterday. He's going to report back and say like, okay, is it really that much better? Is it doing what it said it did? What kind of changes are we seeing? And it made me think back to when I did an interview with Jim Willie on my Patreon, and he said that that they are going to ask for this thing, they are going to ask for this thing to be built so that they have total control. And when they get it, it will be like a Trojan horse, and it will arrive at the gate, and it'll be just what they wanted, they think they wanted. And then once it's too late, once it comes inside, once they accept the gift, they'll realize, they'll say, well, this isn't what we wanted. Now you can see everything. And they say, they'll say, yeah, you said you wanted to see and control, but you can only see and control your stuff, not everyone else's, or something like that. Or they're exposed or something. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Hey, guess what? Now we can all see what's going on.
Right. It made me think of if the XRP thing, if they got swatted on the hand, like JP Morgan's gotten swatted on the hand 40 million times, and then they keep doing whatever the hell. So if this system has been approved, so they paid their fine through Ripple, not XRP, Ripple. Right. And then now the banking, FedNow is now live. They figured it out. I'm not saying the two are linked, but they may or may not be. Just weird timing. Mm-hmm. Then if those rails are open, and now it's going to expose where all that money is going, where all the FTX money is going. We knew we could see it in the crypto, but we couldn't see the cash part of it. Now we'll be able to see the cash part of it too.
Well, I hope so. I certainly do. I mean, transparency is definitely needed. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that. That's the thing. There's moves and counter moves going on. You don't really know who's pulling what string, and it's almost like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll give that to you. And like you said, it's a Trojan horse, and all the Litecoin pops out. Oh, what happened? No. Mm-hmm. So it's you just never know.
Truth protocol, a little Veritasium pops out.
Mm-hmm. Look out! All this stuff's falling out. What? This wasn't supposed to be in this system. We're supposed to control all this. Well, we're setting up exchanges and banks so you guys can't get any and take possession. Oh no! Mm-hmm. Now what? Yeah.
Well, we had a great conversation too. One of the guys, William, one of the guys that volunteer with me on the Very DAO, he brought up a great argument that, if Veritasium was a security, then not only when they went after Reggie and then they settled with Reggie because they came to an agreement, why didn't they take the token out of the market then? And even to include when they set up the Very Fair Fund, they did not ask for the tokens to be turned in to get your money back refunded. So they are, you could argue, allegedly, that they could be complicit in allowing what they deemed, if they say that's a security, well, then why did you leave it out there? Why didn't you make people turn it in when you paid them their Very Fair Fund?
What a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive.
Yes.
I don't know.
Great argument.
No, it is. It is. It's like, okay, well, why didn't you do something about it? You're supposed to protect people here. So you're protecting the American people. Protect us.
Criminals.
Liars.
I'll protect myself. Yeah.
It's all a big show.
Yeah. It's insane.
All a big show. Take possession of your crypto, folks. That's the most important part of this. Get it in your possession. Don't let them hold it.
Speaking of a big show, my eBay channel is doing really well.
I know, and I saw you were talking about the jug sold.
The croc
sold. About the croc.
The croc.
I was gonna buy it, but I like to have full jugs, and it wasn't full. So I'm not gonna buy it unless the jugs are full.
Yeah,
But it did sell.
Empty. It sold, and it sold for the buy it now price. So I got full asking price $24.99 on it. So thank you to the wonderful person, and I went and mailed it right away. This I did a show. This will be live. Actually, it should be launching right now as another video. So after you guys watch this show, you can go watch that show on my channel because we shot this yesterday. Canon helped me with this one with all the Avon Cape Cod red glass, some slag glass, a little chicken butt right there, and the blue carnival glass is not for sale. I'm keeping that. But this was a lot of fun. And then I have listed another set of, I had to get through these. Like I said, I had these like 6-7 bags of great items from this amazing house full of patriots. And so then I posted the next, but I haven't had time to shoot the show to share with you guys to give my patrons first dibs. So I've got to do that first thing in the morning. So I may do that one live in the morning for my Patreon and
do it live.
And give them an opportunity to just join me in the morning live. I'll probably do it around what's tomorrow? Saturday, like 10 a.m. my time, which is Central, so that's 11 Eastern. If you want to join my Patreon, what I'm doing also to give my Patreon added benefits, so they get first dibs, and if they purchase an item, they get one item shipped free per month. So that kind of offsets your Patreon membership. So if you were to buy,
good call.
Yeah,
and you can pay with Litecoin.
Well, not yet. I don't think. I don't know how to do that yet. With
if they pay on Patreon.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll figure it out.
There's right now there's through eBay, and then I have my PayPal account. So we can do that. But they can DM me and we can figure out.
That's interesting because I think on PayPal you can send crypto to someone else.
Through PayPal.
See, what would happen is, though, I think what PayPal wants you to do, if you're going to pay on eBay with PayPal, you can pay with Litecoin, but it sells the Litecoin and pays you in dollars. So it doesn't send you the Litecoin through eBay, I don't think. But you can, I think, on PayPal send Litecoin. You can to someone else.
So then they could, yeah.
So, but it wouldn't go through the auction. You know what I mean? It would kind of mess that up.
Yeah, it can't. So for my Patreon, it doesn't go through the auction. They aren't even live on eBay yet because so I figured out like the honorable way to do this, to not use eBay. What I do is I schedule them, but I don't post them live on eBay. If once they go live on eBay, you have to use eBay and you have to go through eBay and use their service, and they get their fee and all that. But what I do is I pre-post them and then schedule them for later. And so that way I can go ahead and before they go live, so they're not live yet on eBay, I can offer the items like, hey, I'm getting ready to post these. They're going to drop soon. And I can offer them to my Patreon or my patrons first. And then that gives them like 24 hours to DM me or whatever, watch the video that's unlisted to them only. So they can see the video only. And then I can roll the video to go live to public, to all people when they post on eBay publicly to all people. So, 23rd is Sunday.
Now, what's the 23rd? What was that? That was the big day. That was that guy he was talking about. What? We're going to have JFK and Junior.
Military and JFK would be sworn in.
Bring it on.
That the military would install them, I think is what he said.
Bring it on.
So, I think everybody's about ready for that.
Now let's have some more of the chat show. Let's be entertained for another year and a half.
I'm done because I want to go see my friends and have fun and all that.
So the show's getting old. I see the ending here. I mean, the plots have been revealed. I mean, they're showing everything. If you're not paying attention, it's like, oh, can you not see how corrupt this whole thing is?
Yeah.
And you see who the players are, that's for sure.
That is for sure.
Hot Dog, man. You saw, speaking of wieners, you saw Hot Dog Romney yesterday in his video. You see that idiot?
Well, and supposedly Kamala's real into hot dogs too.
What the frick? There's got to be another meaning to this hot dog thing, right?
Well, if you look on the FBI website, there it is a code for something, so people can check that out. And everybody needs to get curious right now.
Right.
There's too many coincidences.
They're putting information out there, and it's like, this doesn't feel right. Something's not right here. What's this really mean?
Hey, there's 45 people watching us right now.
45.
Hi, Donaldo.
45. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bizarre video. Mitt Romney, the hot dog boy.
Gross.
Hot dog hat on, carrying a hot dog in the halls of Congress. Well, Obama had like what, $68,000 of hot dogs flown in from Chicago one time for the White House party, didn't he?
For a party.
Yeah. Yep. Pizzas and hot dogs, cheese pizza and hot dog or something.
Cheese pizza and hot dogs, and there's emails about it, and people are joking about it.
It's like, what does that mean?
The American taxpayers' money for that.
A hot dog party.
Disgusting animals.
Was Larry Sinclair there?
I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is?
That's the whole Obama thing before he was still an Illinois congressperson, and limousines and dark ballrooms and Larry Sinclair and Barack Obama. I don't know. There's a whole story. I had to go look that up. I think it was Larry Sinclair.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's just too much. The Silver Symposium, I did a show with Divvy Daddy on Wednesday. He's going to start coming on every other Wednesday so we can start promoting this. I am going to go to the Silver Symposium. I know Westwood is not going. I may not fly. I may drive because I love driving. I love America.
Well, there you go.
I love seeing the country.
See the sights.
Yeah, I might stop on the way and do a little mini meetup in between. I don't know. But so then Pimpy just texted me today and said that he would go and meet me there. Yeah, so he might fill in for you.
There you go.
For one time for happy hour.
Well, that should be fun.
I don't know what will happen.
I'm going to lose my pole position here. I'm not going to be on happy hour anymore. It's maybe the last time you see me.
No. But he's a good friend of ours, and he has a lot of people that in his following that love gold and silver.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really his wheelhouse, and so I was excited to hear that. So if you guys don't have your ticket yet, there's a link in the description of this video. You get 10% off your tickets, and you get a silver 1 ounce round when you purchase a ticket using my link. So check that out. And
not that they need to see anybody else but Litecoin Lisa there, but who else could they see when they go there? Who else is going to be there?
David Morgan will be there. Greg Manarino will be there. George from Cryptos RS will be there. Economic Ninja is going to be there. Economic Preppers will be there. Litecoin Leader will be there. We haven't seen him in a while.
How about Andy Schechtman?
Andy Schechtman will be
there. There you go. He's got to be there.
He's a great guy.
I just watched him in an interview yesterday. He's on fire, man.
He is. He's
holy cow. He was just laying it out. What's wrong with America? And, just holy crap.
He's on point. All these people that Bix has introduced. I mean, for my family, Bix is, our like silver crypto godfather. And I think about all these amazing people that have come from even Bitcoin Ben I met because of mom and dad watching Bix, and like you, that's how I met you. It's all like from knowing from mom and dad watching Bix and
we're having meetups
and Ben being friends and having meetups
and going to meetups and
and so
Bitcoin Ben meetups.
I love the networking. I think that friends and community are what has the most value, and like that's one of my favorite things about crypto. And I just,
as long as they're not friends in low places,
because Garth Brooks is a Satanist sellout.
It's like, what's wrong with you, bro? What happened?
And that is my time. Like that, I was senior in high school and in love.
I mean, listening to Garth Brooks and Friends in Low Places and all.
Yeah, Brooks went to Oklahoma State, and his crazy girlfriend used to, beat girls up in the bathroom and whatever. His first wife, I mean, that was like,
maybe he should have stayed with her. I don't know.
Maybe she wasn't so crazy.
Kept him in line.
I don't know. But now, he went to the Biden inauguration.
Yeah, and then he ran up the steps to get away, and I'm just like, what? This is bizarro world. What is going on?
I heard that he was terrified, and he was trying to run out of there and get out of that place, that he was scared to death after singing, and was like trying to get the hell out of there so fast. And
I'm not going to the after parties. No.
Oh my gosh, just crazy.
Yeah, it just makes you think. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, I don't understand it. It's just, and then you get a guy who's got his own artistic expression. Try that in a small town. Jason Aldean. They pull his video down, and it's like, I mean, I didn't watch the video. I saw snippets of it. I listened to the song, looked at the lyrics and everything, and I'm like, he's just, saying, it's just like, oh yeah, try that around here. That kind of attitude. We all have that. It's like, oh yeah, you wouldn't get away with that around here. That's the message of the song. It's like, you can pull that crap over there, but you're not going to pull it here.
Yeah,
and,
they
turn it into a racist song
of a community. It didn't even mention color.
No.
Yeah.
But no,
that's the thing. When they call you something, they're the one that's racist.
Exactly. Look at the Democratic Party. You look back, Nathan Bedford Forrest. Let's start with that. I mean, let's look at, all the characters in the Democratic Party who were Klansmen, racist. I mean, Byrd, the mentor, what was it, William Byrd? I think Robert Byrd, the West Virginia, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. The senator was in there forever, grand dragon of the Klan, and, Democrat, and then Hillary Clinton's mentor and all this stuff. And it's like, what? I mean, this guy's a freaking Klansman. Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously. And they get a pass. It's like, well, why? And then I remember, they're saying, well, drilling on Trump, saying, well, do the things that happened in Charleston, he says, well, do you deny that, or do you condone that, or, condemn that? He says, you need to condemn that action. You need to condemn that. And it's like, why does he need to condemn something that somebody else did, first of all?
Right. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. Go look.
Make your own decisions. Let everybody be an idiot. I say let everybody be an idiot if they want to be an idiot, and we'll make our own decisions.
Right.
It's just like watching these clowns in Congress yesterday. It's pretty obvious who the idiots were. I mean, the way they act, and they're trying to censor, and no, that's not America. Let people be idiots, and so we can see who the idiots are. That's the way I look at it.
Yep, I have to agree. I have to cut this a little bit short. We're having a gender reveal party for one of my daughter's girlfriends and her husband. They're having a baby. And
you better ask the baby what gender it wants to be first, though.
We're not asking the baby.
Okay.
Yes, the parents will see what the gender is because there's only two, and they'll know. And we already know. I don't know, but my daughter knows, and she's the hostess of the party. So I got to go help blow up balloons and make food look pretty and put things out and all that stuff. But I love you guys. Please watch my video of my latest eBay finds. And it's kind of funny because Cannon's helping me, and he's trying to be really helpful, but they're glass items. And so he's like, dink. I was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And then I'll get that. I'll do a live tomorrow morning for Patreon of the latest of the next, which that is all. I think that's all. Oh, it's like cooking and kitchen stuff. A bunch of blue and white, and one mid-century modern plate that's really cool. But that'll be live on Patreon tomorrow. But right now,
tune in tomorrow on Patreon.
There's new live stuff on my store on eBay, and a new live for YouTube video right after this. So love to you guys.
All you pay pigs, have a good weekend.
What does that mean?
Go look it up. Love y'all. Trust yourselves.
Okay. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. We'll see you, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.